Mate, difficult one to take. Can you run us through that last couple of minutes? Did you get any clarity from the officials regarding the foul on Will Dobson?
No, apparently it was too far back to check.
But haven't we seen examples of that earlier in the season?
We've seen lots of examples of everything. And look, firstly, Jimmy, first and foremost, I don't think, mate, we did enough to win that game by any means. And I don't think, the result, I think, is down to, us and how we went about it. We didn't start well enough tonight. And then we were always chasing the game. And that opened us up defensively, obviously, as well. And then, but it's tough. It's tough because we need clarity on this. I mean, at the start of the year, the referees, they want to send an email, but they don't come out to talk to us. Round one, we have a free kick given to us in an attacking area and a yellow card. VAR checked that and reversed the yellow card and gave the opposition the free kick, which I didn't believe was allowed to happen. And then tonight, now 2 passes apparently is too far back to go and check.
Right. So are you making a phone call to John Moss, mate?
I honestly don't understand. I don't know what the point of it will be because, like we always do, we'll get some long-winded response and then we'll have to move on. I don't want an answer for it, if I'm being brutally honest. What I want is clarity around what the actual VAR's role is and when do they do checks, when do they not, and then at least if we have clarity, when that happens, then there's no argument.
Yeah. But I know it's early doors. It was a game that ebbed and flowed, but can you put your finger on the sluggish start? I mean, how did obviously losing Daniel Wilmer, who's been such a big part of your form of the last couple of weeks, impacted on that?
Yeah.
How late did that happen in the warm-up?
We literally found out as we walked in off the warm-up. He had a little bit of a tight calf, but nothing that was significant or nothing that raised any red flags. So we had Richie sort of ready to go, and I thought Richie did very well in the first half. Made his first 45 minutes in senior football. The reason for the change at halftime was literally only that's he worked extremely hard and he needs to get used to that level. But look, in terms of the game, like I said, I'm not sure why the sluggish start. We spoke about it. There was no signs for me in the lead up that that was going to be an issue. But after that, we just never really got control of the game. The way that the game went definitely suited them more than it suited us. That's not how we're sort of set up to play. And when we couldn't really wrangle that control back, you start that sluggishly. It's very difficult against a side that has some very, very good players to wrangle that momentum back.
Yeah, mate, they showed a lot of fight. They obviously to be down 4-2 and to get back to 4-4.
Yeah.
The guys that come off the bench give you some food for thought moving forward, obviously.
Yeah, definitely. And like I said, I wanted to reward the boys who put in a fantastic performance last week. And, obviously I need to have a look at that. Like I said, we ask a lot of them in the way that they play. And, so that's, like I said, that I think the result definitely is down to sort of decisions that I made and the way I go about things. But again, second half, I thought we showed character, but we don't want to be a team that just shows character. We want to play a certain brand of football, and like I said, it's hard, but we know that if we do that, then we get results, and we're a better footballing team both with and without the ball.
Yeah, we focused on Daniels. I mean, is he unlikely to travel to Auckland given the short turnaround and the travel?
Yeah.
I think you got Tomac Corina.
Yeah.
He's got issue as well, hasn't he? Out of the
Tommy did his hammy sort of in the last kick of the game last week, and we're still sort of waiting, but he'll definitely be a couple of weeks. Look, we have to wait and see with Wilmer how significant the damage is he's done, and obviously, like you said, it's a short turnaround and travel again. We need to make sure, because look, he is, as you said, very, very important for us, mate, in the way that we play, and his leadership as well. He's taken on that leadership role for us this year. So he was a big miss, but like I said, I think Richie came in and did himself proud.
Yeah, he's obviously a chance for Auckland, but we'll talk about that later, I guess. It's probably been overshadowed because of the drama at the end, but Eli Adams' goal, mate, the commentators are going crazy over it. I've seen lots of good goals at McDonald Jones Stadium, but that would have to be up there, one of the best in terms of free kicks.
Yeah.
Well, he's got that in his locker, obviously. Is he starting to get a bit of confidence and unleash those type of things? Yeah,
absolutely. Look, we know Eli's sort of quality. The challenge for Eli is having his all-round game, consistent. Like I said, we know what he can bring, and like things like that free kick obviously is stunning, and there's not many players I think can execute that. But like I said, for Eli, Eli has high ambitions. You know, he wants to go further in this game. He wants to be the best he can, and he just needs to, like I said, keep that consistency and make sure it's not just about moments, it's about overall performances.
Okay, mate, that'll do me. I'm not sure if anyone else has had it to ask any.
Yeah, cheers, mate.
Hey, Mark, just one quickly from me. In times tonight, we saw this last week, this place was rocking, whether the scores were level, the boys were in front. What's your message to, I guess, the Jets fans that have got out these last 2 weeks?
No, fantastic. We appreciate, like I said, that support so much, and I think, again, tonight, if nothing else, the boys showed that they're going to work so hard for that badge. They're going to work so hard for this club, and they're going to work so hard for this region.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.